Round and round, you got me in my feelings. Visions of you everywhere I go. You might be exactly what I'm missing. Gotta test the waters, let me know. Ah, I don't wanna wait, no, no, when I'm with you. I don't wanna wait, ain't got nothing to lose. Everything feels new whenever I'm with you. Whenever I'm with you. Work on me. You make me work hard. Don't you play on me. And when we play hard, go to work on me. You make me work hard. Everything feels new whenever I'm with you. Oh, oh, I don't wanna wait, no, no, when I'm with you. I don't wanna wait, ain't got nothing to lose. Everything feels new whenever I'm with you. I don't wanna wait, no, no, when I'm with you. I don't wanna wait, no. I don't wanna wait, ain't got nothing to lose. Everything feels new. Work hard, don't you play on me. And when we play, work hard, play, make me work hard. Everything feels new whenever I'm with you. Oh, oh, I don't wanna wait, no, no, when I'm with you. I don't wanna wait, ain't got nothing to lose. Everything feels new whenever I'm with you. I don't wanna wait, no, no, when I'm with you. Ooh, I don't wanna wait, no. I don't wanna wait, ain't got nothing to lose. Everything feels new.
It's a privilege to stand here today surrounded by so many great fans and former players, none whose talent and legacy is more palpable than that of the legendary Barry Sanders. And I can say this from experience, no one did it better than Barry. Which is why Barry, on behalf of the Ford family and the Detroit Lions organization, it is my pleasure to announce that we will unveil an 8-foot bronze statue of you here at Ford Field ahead of the 2023 season.
Detroit Lions select Barry Sanders, running back of Oklahoma State.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like at this time to introduce to you one of the finest running backs in the United States of America, our number 1 pick, Barry Sanders.
The young Heisman Trophy winner was eager to restore the roar in the Detroit Lions. Knowing the fullness of his career, one might expect Sanders to rush for 71 yards and a touchdown in his NFL debut, though the chance came as a bit of a surprise.
I guess around the latter part of that first game, I'm sitting there watching against the Cardinals. I wasn't necessarily supposed to play in the game, but I suited out for it. One of the coaches, I think it was Coach Dave Levy, must have asked me, do I want to go in the game?
11-yard gain and waiting in the wings on the sideline is Barry Sanders. He's coming up in bunts. You'll hear the cheer.
Well, the crowd's getting restless and they want to see Barry. Part of me is I want to see the show. I want him to play. Bob Galliano might have said that when he went into the game, he said, man, I don't even know the plays. And so I'll just give you the ball and you run.
And he showed me a few plays on the sideline, and fortunately, it was a running play.
Here's Sanders with his first carry. Listen to him.
First run, guys, the legend was on its way, started rolling, scored a touchdown on a little toss around end. Nobody could touch him.
Sanders. Touchdown. It has been years since the Detroit crowd has been this excited about the Lions, and Barry Sanders has given them a shot in the arm.
The fact that I was officially here playing, it was a thrill. And playing running back in NFL, it was so thrilling and exciting, and just fun.
The place goes nuts. All anybody could remember was Barry Sanders. The greatest running show in the history of pro football had started right at that moment.
And a draw to Barry, 45-40, breaks through, Barry's gone, it's a touchdown Lions. Barry Sanders with a move that Mikhail Baryshnikov couldn't make. They'll never catch him, see you later, touchdown Lions.
Barry's my new idol now. I love the way the guy runs. When I grow up, I want to run just like him.
To me, it was the only way I'd ever run. I was always the smallest guy or the near smallest guy out there. I was never going to be a guy out running over everyone, dipping my shoulder. There's always a design play, just being able to run that way. Run, follow what you see and follow your eyes.
Out of the way to Barry off the right. Barry to the 45 and bumps to the 40, breaks it 35-30. He's gone! Unbelievable! Touchdown! Lions, Barry Sanders. Oh my gosh, what a run! That might have been the greatest run. That was unbelievable.
One of those runs where it looked like I was going to be stopped, kind of bounce off a defender. It kind of looked like they thought I was down or was about to go down, and didn't react fast enough and was able to pop out of there.
For 10 seasons, fans enjoyed watching the elusive style unique to Sanders. With a decade of spectacular highlights, it'd be difficult to regard only one game the greatest. Certainly, though, the final matchup of the '97 regular season was one for the books.
Simply for the Lions win, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, they're out. Barry Sanders goes for another rushing title, needs 131 to hit the 2,000 mark. Sanders on the draw, longest run of the game, and he's in the clear. 40, 30, inside the 20. Barry Sanders brings this crowd to life.
Keep running the football. I always believed in that. And sure enough, we bust one out of there.
And give it to Sanders. Oh, what a move! Oh, my!
The go-ahead and clinching touchdown as he went into the end zone. You could see him shaking his right hand like that. This was a guy who never spiked the ball, never celebrated, just handed it to the referee, but he knew that. He knew what it meant. He went in there shaking his right hand.
Sanders needs 2 for 2,000, and he's right about at 2 there, out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to take this ball because this is the ball that he got 2,000. There it is. The linemen, they're the ones who wanted the 2,000. Barry didn't talk about it.
It was such a great year. Guys that I had a chance to line up with that cared so much about, seeing me succeed. To see us run off 14 consecutive 100-yard games, that was something they really took pride in.
Gets the ball. There he goes! All the way to the 3-yard line.
We end up getting the 2,000 yards. We end up getting the win. And again, it was one of those days. I just remember the noise and the sort of, and just the excitement of the crowd. Was so real and loud and exciting. Just another one of those treasure memories.
Only one average Sanders season away from breaking the NFL's all-time rushing record, the 31-year-old today announced he is retiring from pro football after 10 seasons.
It's hard to leave. Even when I knew it was time, it was hard to leave because I had played it all my life and being able to play it at the level that I did, I just understood that there was no more to do. I understood that about myself at that time, and so that's what I did.
When you get drafted, you don't know where you're going to end up, and I can't think of a better place for me than Detroit, and I appreciate you.
Obviously, everybody knows what Barry meant to not only our team but to the league, and what a weapon he was. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Barry, your legacy will be forever cemented in Detroit and celebrated for generations to come. Congratulations, Barry. There is nobody more deserving than you, my friend.
Thank you so much to the Detroit Lions and the entire Ford family. I'm truly honored and humbled by this. And I gotta say, I'm truly blessed to play here in front of these amazing fans and in this great city where I was drafted since 1989. I'm so humbled and honored by this. Thanks a lot.
Draw to Barry across midfield, 45. He's in the open, 40, 30. He's off to the races, 20, 15, 10, 5, gone. Touchdown, Barry Sanders. Into Barry, cut back over the middle of the 25 to the 20, breaks a tackle to the 15, stops, starts 10-5, touchdown Lions. Holy mackerel. He is putting on a show.
And he is Detroit. You can't talk about Detroit without talking about Barry Sanders. I mean, they just go hand in hand. You just can't speak on Detroit without that. To me, in itself, that just shows the legacy of that man. When you say Detroit, Barry Sanders is the first thing to show the things that you think about.
Barry Sanders cut back over the middle, got free to the 25, 30s, off to the races, 40, midfield, 40, it's a foot race to the 30, keeps going to the 10, 5, and touchdown!
I'll tell you what it means to Barry. I think it is not honoring Barry Sanders, but I think it's honoring the people that he played with. That's what I think it would mean to Barry Sanders.
Still on his feet, and Sanders is gone.
When you think Lions football, you think Barry Sanders. And that's why, it's only right that he's going to get a statue at Ford Field. So that's exciting for us. I can't wait to witness that myself because, it's deserving to, like I say, the most humble man, the most humble superstar probably that you'll meet.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for being here on a glorious Saturday afternoon in downtown Detroit. My name is Dan Miller. I've been the voice of the Lions since 2005. A little bit of math would tell you that means I never called a game that had Barry Sanders in it. I would have loved to. Anybody in my business would have told you it would be the dream of a lifetime to call a game that man played in. Mark Champion's calls that you just heard are iconic. They provide a soundtrack to the incredible memories we all have of Barry. Memories that every Lions fan has indelibly etched in their minds as a reminder of what they witnessed. And let's face it, that's why we do this. That's why we love this. It's the moments, it's the beauty, it's the excitement, and nothing was more exciting than number 20 with a football in his hands. As you have gathered, today we come together to honor him. Thank you. We need to fill that pause there. Come together to honor one of the most transcendent players in NFL history and give physical remembrance to a living legend. Barry simply put, today is your day, my friend. It is my honor to welcome some of our distinguished guests. Detroit Lions Chairman Emeritus, Mrs. Martha Ford. Lions Principal Owner and Chairman, Sheila Hamp. Vice Chair and Owner, Muff Morse. Vice Chair and Owner, Elizabeth Contoulis. Lions President, Rod Wood. Lions General Manager, Brad Holmes. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan. And the President of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, Jim Porter. Many of Barry's teammates are here to share this day with him as well. Kevin Glover, Aubrey Matthews, Scott Conover, Lomas Brown, Big Low, Herman Moore, Chris Spielman, and of course the legend himself, the head coach, Wayne Fonts, in the house today. I am also very pleased to welcome Amri Amrani and Lou Sella of Fine Art Studio Rotblatt Amrani, whose masterful work you will see shortly. They have been entrusted to immortalize the likes of George Halas, Magic Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Gordie Howe, Vince Lombardi, and Michael Jordan, just to name a few. And lastly, throughout today's program, you will hear from many of those who are also celebrating Barry today but could not be here with us.
Hey Barry, Dan here. On behalf of the entire team, congratulations on this tremendous honor. You mean everything to this organization, and there is nobody more deserving of this than you. We hope you enjoy this special night.
Barry Sanders, greatest running back to ever play the game. Not even close, by far. Happy for you. Appreciate your loyalty to Oklahoma State. Appreciate everything you've accomplished. Look forward to seeing you soon, buddy. Congrats again. Take care.
Barry, I don't know if you remember this. You signed a football for me and you wrote on it that I was a magician in cleats. Well, that should have been reserved for you. You were the magician, my friend, and you were poetry in motion, and you were a highlight film that I would never get tired of watching. So I just want to say congratulations. I'm proud of you. No one deserves it more. I love you, my brother. Have a good one, man.
I'd like to take this opportunity to really congratulate the greatest running back of all time in the NFL, my friend, Barry Sanders. This is an incredible honor. No one deserves it more than Barry. He's the best running back ever, and that's my strong opinion of my friend, Barry Sanders. Congratulations, Barry.
First, I want to congratulate you on the incredible monument going up at Ford Field in your behalf. I can't think of anybody in sports, basketball, football, or any other sports that is more deserving of such an honor than you are. You don't only represent Michigan State or Oklahoma State or the Detroit Lions now that your son is playing here, but you represent all of sports. And if more people would do it the way you've done it, we'd be a better profession. So thank you, Barry. Congratulations. Have a great day.
Just wanted to say congratulations to my boy Barry. Your representation of the Detroit Lions throughout your career was incredible. But God bless you, man, and congratulations to you again, and enjoy your day.
Hey, BS, the other BS, wants to congratulate you on your stature being put up. You well deserve it. Love you, man. Take care.
Congratulations, Barry. This is bad boy Rick Mahorn. I remember days out at the Silverdome, but this is a great honor down at Ford Field with all the moves that you had on the field. I'm glad you kept them on the field, because if I had to catch you on the court, you'd have probably broke my ankles like I used to see you roll a lot of guys' ankles. I'm excited for you. Much love and respect for you. You are a bad boy on the football field.
Barry Sanders, you deserve to be immortalized. Congratulations on getting a statue in the city of Detroit that you gave so much joy with your time and energy giving back to the community, but also on the field. As the Hall of Fame GOAT running the football like no other. We love you, we appreciate you. Congratulations, Barry.
Hey Barry, Peyton Manning here. Just want to congratulate you on this much deserved honor. I loved watching you play every chance I got during your career. I have to say this, Barry, this Barry Sanders monument they're unveiling today, it doesn't matter if it's made of brick or concrete or bronze, whatever, it still is probably easier to tackle than you were. So, you are an absolute legend and you impacted so many careers, except mine, of course. If you ever saw me run, I didn't have a lot of Barry Sanders in my game. That said, I hope you enjoy today's festivities. Wishing you nothing but the best.
Outstanding. You will hear from some more folks coming up in just a moment. Before I get to our first speaker today, please let us also recognize one Hall of Famer here to celebrate another one today, ladies and gentlemen. Megatron in the house, Calvin Johnson. It is my pleasure and honor to welcome the Mayor of Detroit, Mike Duggan.
What a special day. Barry Sanders is beloved by this community for the memories that he gave us, the amazing runs on the field, but the class that he always showed off the field. And every Sunday, you brought together friends, family, generations to come see you perform, and you never disappointed. 10 years with the Lions, 10 seasons, over 1,000 yards. And Barry, I just wanted to say thank you for what you meant to my family. Because when the Lions drafted you in 1989, my father and I got season tickets. Took my 2 kids, and I look back on that time we spent together, and going to the games in Pontiac wasn't like coming to Ford Field, right? You had to drive all the way out there, you park at the Phoenix Center, wait for that log shuttle bus where they drop you outside the whole grounds, walk across that Silverdome parking lot in cold and wintry weather, and everybody had a smile. They made the trip with joy and excitement in anticipation that that day they were going to see Barry Sanders do something they'd never seen before. We were there every Sunday in 1997 as the tacklers missed game after game and you made 2,000 yards. Anybody who saw the run against Tampa Bay, right, will never forget what they saw. Barry came through the line, the tackler had him by the foot and looked, and he had Barry's shoe. Barry Sanders then ran 85 yards, a record for the longest run against the Buccaneers in their franchise history, and he did it with one shoe. And I never heard the Silverdome so loud is that playoff game against the Cowboys in 1991 when Barry broke that spectacular 47-yard run in the fourth quarter, people chanting, "Barry, Barry." I thought the roof was going to come down on the Silverdome. That memory is so special that the program from that playoff win is my son Ed's prized possession. Although I'm confident, Sheila, with what you're doing, we'll soon have some programs from some other playoff wins that he can add to his collection. But the beauty of this was, when the fans were screaming, Barry Sanders didn't break out into some touchdown dance or spike the football. We all know what he did. He flipped it to the referee, and when they said, "Why don't you celebrate?" he says, "When I get to the end zone, I feel like I should act like I've been there before." It was a lesson to everybody, which is why Barry Sanders, on and off the field, always made Detroit proud. And so I just wanted to be here to say thank you to the greatest Lion of them all, Barry Sanders.
Congratulations, Barry, on your statue. All right, Barry Sanders, one of the greatest running backs of all time. This is well-deserved. You earned this statue. The whole city of Detroit just absolutely appreciates you, absolutely loves you and respects you to the fullest. The greatest running back to ever play the game and to put on the Lions uniform for sure. So thank you so much, man.
Barry Sanders, I want to say congratulations to you for being honored in Detroit, putting up a statue of you, and you should, because you are one of the best running backs in the history of football. I can tell you one thing. In my 17 years of playing, we never had a game plan against a back unless we're playing against Barry Sanders. Congratulations, brother.
He's an amazing football player, but an amazing human being. And I think that what he was able to accomplish on the field and what he's done off the field is spectacular. So congratulations, Barry.
Listen, I want to add my congratulations to you for the statue that is being put up in your honor in front of Ford Field. It's absolutely fantastic that they're honoring you in this particular way. You've always been a stalwart in this league. You've been an example in so many ways to so many people. The athlete you are, the person you are, makes you a very, very special human being. And it's great that you're being honored in this particular way. I wish you all the luck in the world. Look forward to seeing you again. Congratulations, buddy.
I, like many Detroiters, had the great fortune of watching you play your entire career here with the Lions, and we can all attest to how great of a player you were. And in being in Detroit and watching you conduct yourself both on and off the field, we were very lucky to have you here in Detroit and call you one of our own. Best of luck to you, and congratulations once again.
Congratulations, Barry. Thanks for all you've done, and obviously congrats on all you've accomplished, and excited to see you immortalized outside the stadium.
Thank you so much, Barry Sanders, for everything that you've done for Detroit. As a kid watching you play, it was something I've never seen before. I don't think we'll ever see it again. One of the greatest of all times. So congratulations, and go Lions.
Congratulations, my friend. And congratulations on an outstanding career, Hall of Fame, on and on and on, things you do in the community. I've watched you your entire career. But now, I truly believe your legacy is in stone.
Barry, we know that you're a GOAT. I was so happy to hear that the Lions are putting up a statue in your honor. You deserve it. Congratulations.
Hey Barry, Darren McCarty, your hockey buddy, just wanted to say congratulations. Couldn't think of a better statue when I enter Ford Field.
What's up, Barry, man? I just want to say congratulations on the statue, big dog. Respect.
Just want to say this is well deserved. You were one of those players that were very, very special, and when you got a chance, you were the guy that we got up off the bench to watch carry the ball. I can say one thing, though, for most defenders, this will be probably the only time that they'll have you standing still for any length of time that they can get their hands on you.
What's up, B. Sanders? It's your man. I just want to reach out to you and say congratulations on getting your statue. Well deserved. And also, congratulations to the Lions of respecting what you did for the organization to do such. It is a great honor for them to do that for you, and I know that you're humble enough to receive it and to share it with all of the Lions fans. Congratulations, my friend. You're still the best.
You were the best. You know, the different directions you took as fast as anybody ever took them, I think that was fantastic. I love watching you. I know that everybody in Detroit Lions shoots 10 seasons with one team, and you had a great, great career. And I love seeing them honoring you and the way they're honoring you today. So congratulations, my friend. You had a great one, and I know that the rest of your life will be just as great. Congratulations.
How awesome is that? And what a weekend we have here at Ford Field. This unveiling today, and somebody just told me there's a game tomorrow? A little excited about that, too. Fantastic weekend that we have here in downtown Detroit. I know this guy is ready for it. Would you please join me in welcoming the president of the Detroit Lions, Rod Wood.
Thanks, Dan. It's pretty cool. I'm the last thing standing between the unveiling, so I won't talk too long. But a couple things that haven't been said. You know how great Barry's career was. He averaged, imagine this, 1,500 yards per year, 100 yards per game, 5 yards per carry. Unheard of numbers. Here's a number no one's probably ever heard. I had to do the math to figure it out. If you play fantasy football, you know how big a deal this is. For your entire career, Barry, you averaged 18.7 points per game. he probably would have been the best fantasy player too, and it doesn't to be investable. To put that in context, Josh Jacobs led all running backs last year in fantasy scoring at 16.5. So 2.2 for your career better than the best guy last year. So you're still the GOAT. You're still the best. And as a Lions fan, when I was following your career, my family and I were at the Silverdome. You really had to watch Barry in person because on TV, you didn't pick up the turn of direction, the change. I remember seeing runs where you were behind the line of scrimmage and you turned around and everybody knew it was a touchdown. You were still behind the line of scrimmage. Unbelievable performances. And as many have said, maybe a better person, the classiest athlete. I don't even know if Barry Sanders knows that he's Barry Sanders. I mean, you're too humble for the accomplishments you had. And then you've been a great ambassador for the organization since your retirement. I don't think anything could be more appropriate than recognizing you as the greatest Lion of all time. And thank you for being a friend and a friend of the organization. I got to know you and your boys, and you're a great family, great player, and a great person. Congratulations, Barry.
Thank you, Ron. Are we ready? Let's do this. This is the reason we came. It is that time. I would like to invite Barry, Mrs. Ford, Muff, Sheila, and Elizabeth to come up for the countdown to the moment we've all been waiting for. Once they get ready to go, you can all count it down with me. We'll count it down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is. Barry, this corner is now yours, and the microphone is yours as well. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause, Barry Sanders.
Thank you. It's a little bit, thank you, Lions fans. Wow, amazing. A little bit overwhelming. I really don't even know where to start, but I have to say I'm so blessed and fortunate to be in this position, to have this kind of a recognition and tribute. And like someone said earlier, it's so much of a tribute to so many that are connected to me. And so, but thank you so much. I'll try to express my thanks and just point out a few people that have kind of been instrumental. You see this great statue and how it came out. The artist, again, I think his name Omri and Lou, what a fantastic job, tremendous job, and you guys you really made me look good. You know, something like this is a pretty big undertaking, and there are those that, you know, that were really at the forefront of making this happen. You know, I first I think about, you know, Mrs. Ford, Sheila Ford Hamp. Thank you so much. You know, this doesn't happen without, you know, just one, resources and time and effort, know-how, and so, you know, others in my current Lions family and the current Lions organization, who I want to just mention as well would be, you know, Rod Wood, who was just up here, and obviously Coach Campbell. I appreciate your words. Brad Holmes, who's down here, my former teammate Chris Bellman, Emily Griffin, who's been wonderful, and the person who I've worked with probably the most, Kelly. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone, but my current Lions family, current Lions brass, you've been tremendous and making this day happen, and you know, all in the middle of a football season, which I would think would be a little higher priority. So, so thank you so much for that, the effort, and hopefully, you know, hopefully my agent didn't pester and bother and threaten you guys too much. His name is JB. There he is, right there in the front row. He has a certain way about him. You know, he didn't mean anything by the threats or whatever that he made, but no. Also, you know, another person who was instrumental in helping me pull this together would be my little sister Krista. She's somewhere out here. Thanks for your work, Krista. And my mom is here. She made a rare appearance to Detroit, so I'm fortunate. Really fortunate that she's here, and there's so much that that I can thank her for, as her example, just in leading our family, and taking care of us and nurturing us, and so many great attributes that I was blessed to have a mother like her. So, so yes, thanks for that great clap for her, because she certainly deserves it. And I can't help but experience something like this and not think about my dad. I mean, we lost him in 2011, and you know, he was such a big sports fan. Just he was a passionate sports fan. You know, very opinionated. It's interesting to think about him. I want to try to pay tribute to him, but I know that in thinking about him, I know if he were here, he would tell all of you, you know, about how great of a running back Jim Brown was. But he was a guy that didn't mind going off the script, and you know, definitely danced to the beat of his own drum. But he's the reason why, one of the big reasons why I love the game, and also he would always take all the credit. He never gave Mom any credit, so I'm glad I could do that. But and then I think about, you know, obviously playing the game most of my life, and I had the good fortune of being around coaches that really impacted me in a positive way. You know, the first coach that I'll mention is a gentleman who, you know, he came to my high school my senior year. Was his first year there, and I guess the middle of the fourth game that year, he said to himself, I think this Sanders kid is a running back. Before that, I had been playing a different position. But he said, I think this Sanders kid is a running back. We've remained friends all these years. I'm delighted that I can honor him. His name is Dale Burkholder. Where are you, Coach B? There he is right there, Coach B. Appreciate you. And Coach B sent me off to Oklahoma State, where I had a chance to, an opportunity to be around another coach that I always loved seeing and loved spending time with. Even had a chance to compete against him on the professional level as he moved on to the pros. But he coached me my Heisman Trophy year. His name is Pat Jones. I don't know if Coach Jones is here, but Pat Jones was my coach that year, and I want to recognize him. And then one of the first people that I met, one of the first people from the Detroit Lions organization that I met, and the year I was drafted, the spring of 1989, he came down to Stillwater, Oklahoma, where I went to school, and he took me through the kind of a pro day there, you know, ran the 40, did the vertical jump, a few other drills, and this coach pulled me aside afterwards, and he said, "Young man, if you're coming out of school, we're going to draft you." And he's also, you know, I had a chance to say hi to him a minute ago, and he reminded me to tell all of you that he's responsible for everything I've ever done. So he wanted me to tell you that, but his name is Wayne Fonts, right here. We had some great years together, man. Great years together. And I have to also, you know, just think about the team that I had the privilege to join when I came here in 1989. And many of us are still friends and in touch. Just a great group of men. I had a chance to mention Chris Spielman earlier. I think about Kevin Glover. I think about guys like Eric Andolsek, who's no longer with us, Lomas Brown, Herman Moore. The list goes on and on. I see Ken Dallafor. Thanks, guys. I mean, I played with guys who, you know, who wanted to see me succeed, and it was vice versa. You know, it was that sort of a mutual respect, and they cared about not just what happened on the field, but they cared about what kind of character you had off the field, and it was great to just being around gentlemen like that. It certainly helped me as a young player, and so I'm forever grateful for that. And also, the coach that I played with in my final 2 years, his name is Coach Bobby Ross. I don't know if Coach Ross is here, but I certainly appreciate the time I had with him as well. If I could, I would go out to each and every Lions fan and give you a hug, tell you how much I appreciate you. It's been such a wonderful journey for me, just being lifted up and cheered on by all the Lions fans out there, and Barry Sanders fan. I really appreciate it. It's hard to express how much you really mean to me. So thank you so much, all you Lions fans, for coming, packing the Silverdome, packing Ford Field. We had some great times together. You know, some of my other relationships since I retired, I had to take on some new sort of teammates, and I want to sort of recognize some of them as well, because you know they've shown faith in me as a former player to be able to represent them. You know, I think that it's been mutually beneficial. So I'll just also recognize some of the great relationships that I've been able to continue to have, some that you know, in the last few years. But I'm grateful for my relationship with companies like Nike, who you know, Nike, they made these new kicks for me for this event. So and there's also Rocket Mortgage. You know, they've been, it's been a great relationship with them, a great local company, obviously, who has a worldwide reach. And so it's been tremendous being able to work with them. EA Sports, BetMGM, BetMGM, thank you. You housed all my family for this. So, and as you can tell, I have a pretty large family. So And then there's, I'll rush through this. There's Nissan and Lefties and Amazon, Visa, Bud Light, Panini, Schwartz Sports, Bernstein Law, another great local company, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield. So I really appreciate that relationship and what we've been able to create. I'd have to say my journey, everyone has like sort of a different journey. And I cannot say that I had this all planned out. It was not part of necessarily my master plan. Fortunately for me, I think I just had, some really good talent and was definitely willing to put effort into being a good football player. I wasn't heavily recruited out of high school. I just love playing the game. I love being on the field. And for me, in high school, it was really just about being a good high school player and maybe earning a scholarship to college. But I had also great habits, because it was just that light that went off in my head that, man, I'd love to be able to go to the Big 8 conference and play college football. I'm the kid who would get up and go jogging through the neighborhood or finding an open field and doing wind sprints or going to one of my buddies' house to, I didn't have a weight set at my house, so to go lift weights wherever I could. It was just something driving me just to be, that better high school football player to get onto the field and maybe have a college notice me. And when I got to college, it was about being just a great college player, and there was already a great player there named Thurman Thomas that I was a couple years behind. But for me, it was just about continuing that daily grind. And so for me, I never had this, all in my master plan. I'm fortunate that I came from a home where I had some pretty good habits. I love the game. I think back to just my relationship to the game. It serves, I feel like, so many purposes for me. As a kid, it was where you met your friends. It was where you were entertained, where you entertained yourself. Of course, you played it as a sport. It's the way you stayed in shape. Obviously, it's how I went to college. And then after that, how I made a living. But I can't say that it's something that, I always had planned out. I just took it a step at a time and fortunately had good guidance and didn't make any mistakes that threw me off course. And that's, I guess, how I end up here today. So I'm very grateful for that. It was, always also remember just how big of a fan of the game that I was as a kid. And I remember sitting in my room drawing football men, drawing my favorite players and making sure the helmet was, round enough and the emblem on the helmet was just right. And the colors were just right. The pants were the right dimensions and I just, as a fan, there was that part of it, that love that I had for the game and the players that I followed. To be able to grow up and be one of those guys who are being followed, it's really just hard sometimes even to imagine. But I'm so grateful and thankful that it happened. And you've heard the saying that you give a person their flowers while they're around. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. I'm just saying that saying you give a person, well, to use that analogy, if this statue can be used with that analogy, then I would have to say this is one heck of a bouquet for me. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Love you all.
thank you all for being here for this very special celebration. Our VIP guests are now invited to join us for a reception at Detroit Athletic Club Pavilion, just 1 block away. The entrance to the venue is on Adams Street, and golf carts are standing by for those who do not wish to walk. Golf carts will also be available to transport you back to your vehicles until 11 p.m. tonight. Immediate family, please join us in front of the statue for photos. Everybody else, how about one more time for Barry Sanders?